Hello everybody, in today's video we have a very anticipated unboxing coming from 51morefun.com. This is the new DaYan plus MF8 4x4. Now I'm not sure if it's version 2 or version 3, but I'll let you know in the second half because I'll go and actually do my research instead of starting unprepared. Alright, so we've also got a new Megaminx in here too. I think it's the MF8 new one, it's the tiled one. It's brand new and a lot of people are anticipating this as well, but there'll be a separate video for that one. So let's go ahead and open this. Alright, so here we have 3 puzzles. Okay. So again, this comes from 51morefun.com. They've been really kind to me lately. So thanks, Champion, who is the owner of 51morefun.com. And we can see that this is going to be the Megaminx, so we'll get to that in another video. This is what we're looking at right now. This is what I'm after. This has been very anticipated, so let's just zoom up a little bit. Alright, so there's been a lot of talk lately if this is a DaYan puzzle, a MF8 puzzle, or a combination, and we can clearly see on the box that it's a DaYan plus MF8. So that is going to clear up a whole bunch of confusion with people. Now I got sent 2 of these. I got a black one because that's what I like, and I also got what's called like a neutral color. Okay, so the neutral color is a limited edition. We're going to open this one first. This is close to white, but it's not white, and it's not quite see-through either. It's called limited or neutral color because this is the color of plastic before they dye it. So they would actually put white. What is this? Some kind of sticker? Yeah. So they would put white dye in the plastic, and that would, that would turn it to a white color, or they would put black dye in or red or whatever. This is uncolored plastic, and I think that the reason they have these limited edition ones, now don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the reason for this would be because they have to test the molds to make sure that the actual mold is working. So they're going to produce a whole bunch of these things, put them together, make sure that they're all good, there's no flaws, and then they're going to go ahead with the actual production. But they're just going to use the cheap plastic. It's not really cheap, it's just uncolored, so they're not going to actually, go through all of that. Anyway, so enough talking. Let us see. Oh, I just want to let you know too, there's only 150 of these. Okay, so this is going to be a very rare cube. There's probably unlimited of black and other colors, but neutral color is 150. So let's go ahead with first turns. Wow, so that is definitely going to need some lube. Yeah, that is bone dry in there. I can tell you, there's probably no lube in there whatsoever. All right. So it's got a bumpy feeling, that's for sure. It feels more like a, I don't know. It just feels like you can hear it, right? So a bumpy feeling. Now, as far as corner cutting and all that goes, I gotta lube this up first before I can actually show you guys that stuff. So let's check out the black one. Maybe the black one comes lubricated. So I think the black one is like $27.99. The limited edition is $29.99. So I know it's a bit pricey for a 4x4, I have to admit. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so here we can see, I don't know if you guys can catch this on film, but it says DaYan MF8 through the sticker. So the sticker is very thin. You can sort of see it here too. Here's an actual sticker, DaYan plus MF8. So no doubt that it is a DaYan plus MF8 one. Here you can see it. So the stickers are very thin. That's fine. I'm gonna, when I go away from my break here in a little bit, I'm gonna go and re-sticker this thing and lube it and everything. So alright, so this one also is very bone dry. Oh yeah, you gotta really, I gotta go and lubricate this stuff. Wow. So yeah, it does not come lubricated, but that is okay because we have some of that. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these pieces. You know what, I'm gonna show you the pieces on the white puzzle because we can actually see them. So now, I'm no expert on DaYan plus MF8 4x4, so I don't know if this is a great improvement from the last one or anything, but this, actually, you know what? Let's just get a really close look at this. So this is an edge piece, all right? So they go together just like this, and they stick. Doesn't that kind of remind you a little bit of the Rubik's 5x5? Just a little bit. Anyways, I'm not sure exactly how the edge pieces are on a... whoa, here we go. Yeah, it comes in half. So I'm not sure exactly how the edge pieces are on the, the bigger DaYan MF8 ones. but this is what they look like on the new one, and I can see all this flashing. Check it out. I gotta clip my nails, wow. But yeah, you can see all this flashing. I might have to, yeah, I'm probably gonna take that off as I redo the cube. And so there's the other one. This is just the mirrored piece. I guess it's exactly the same piece. It's just stickered backwards. All right, so let's take a look at a corner piece. So this is the corner piece of the new DaYan MF8 4x4. Now, it definitely resembles, you know, 3x3s that we've been seeing lately, where it's got a little bit of a stock and then it's got a base, and that base fits underneath stuff to prevent popping. So let's go ahead and see, does this fit together like that? What is it, this one? Yes, it's that one. So this one fits, and now you can see that when the corner's in there, it actually gets really wedged underneath these edges, and that's probably going to allow some really awesome anti-popping mechanism there. So let's take this corner apart and see what it looks like on the inside. All right, so we're definitely seeing some DaYan stuff going on here. This is definitely the work of DaYan. If you've ever seen the inside of a corner piece on any DaYan 3x3, you're going to recognize this. So I'm really, really glad that they came out with this design, because this is a really, really nice design. So as we go further into the puzzle, we can see we've got another corner piece here. We've got another edge, and wow. So let's take a look. You can really see how that edge gets stuck under there, because look at the edge piece, right? The bottom, it gets wedged right under this piece and that piece, and as we go around the cube, we can see it continues to be wedged. So I have a really good feeling once this thing is lubricated and tensioned properly, it is going to be really good. I mean, just look at the pieces. I've heard one time somebody saying, could you imagine a Xanshi 4x4? And this is probably pretty close. So all right, so let's continue to take this thing apart. Can we take this off? Is this a cap? This is a cap. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cap. My light is flickering here. Let me fix that. Okay, so that is a cap. Let's go ahead and take some more of this out, just so we can get it at the piece here. So it looks like the centers, let's get this corner out. Oh, now it wants to start moving around, I think. What happened here? There we go. So it looks like the centers are stuck to these pieces here. I don't want to really take this apart because I don't know how to put it back together, but as you can see, can that come out? No. So yeah, the centers are really strong in there, that's for sure. Anyway, so let's just take another quick look at the pieces. There is a corner piece, okay? And the edge piece, which sits like that. It's really well constructed. I can see that the pieces really want to grip each other. And then the center piece. So here's the center, and it just fits on just like that. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, I'm going to go in tension and lube them properly until they're working really well. It seems that they don't come very, I mean, the design is really good, but I think the out of the box definitely needs a lot of work. I mean, that's just, you can't even finger trick that. But there is potential here. So let's go and do that, and then I'll come back and show you them after. All right, guys, so I've had these puzzles for about a week now, and I've played around with them. I've taken them completely apart and lubed them, and I gotta say the middle layers are definitely a lot better. As you can see, it's super fast now. All the layers are working very, very fast, but I just can't seem to get the tensions right. And I gotta say, like, I'm not too impressed with the puzzle. I can see that if the tensions were able to get better, it would be better, but I've been looking online for everybody else's reviews on this puzzle that have just been coming out. Like Convince has got one. I saw another one of somebody else as well, and it's just not that good. It's like the cube is too loose all the time, and I'll show you what I mean by that. If I do an algorithm, you can see that all these like layers just want to move together, and if you've got one of these, you probably know what I'm talking about. Now, it's not super, super bad, but it's definitely not really fast either. Now, the thing is like, I can't seem to tension this thing properly, and the reason for this is because what it is, it's a Lan 2x2 core, which is basically a bandaged 3x3. It's got a core in the middle, and then it's got edges and corners, and then what comes out of there is a 2x2 shell on top of that, and these all fit inside the 2x2 shell. So I'll show you that really quick. If I open this up, and I take this one out, and I Yeah. So basically you can see here that this whole corner piece here is a shell. Okay, so there's this shell and this shell. And they basically, you know, it's a whole triangle. And this is sort of like if you had a 3x3, right? So where's the 3x3 here? All right, so if you had a 3x3 and you could screw diagonally into the corners, I would take it apart. I've just done it already, but if you could screw diagonally into the corners and put one piece on there, that's basically what this is. It's screwed diagonally into the corners and it creates a 2x2. And then these center pieces sit in the corner of those. Okay, so you can see that the line goes up, the line goes up, and this gets hooked under. All right, and that's the same with this one and this one. And then of course the edges get hooked under those pieces as we saw in the beginning, and then the corners get hooked under everything. Okay, the problem is that with one of these puzzles, if you want to adjust the inner slice, you have to adjust the 3x3. So you actually have to take it all apart and you have to lube the 3x3 core like you would any other 3x3, and that'll end up making it really, really nice. Now this one, the middle one, is a lot nicer than the white one. That's why I want to show you it on here. But I can demonstrate it on here because you can see the pieces more. And the thing is that the core, lubing the core, does absolutely nothing for the outside layer, because as you can see, the outside layer is on the outside of this 2x2 shell. So you have to lube it there. But how do you tension it? Okay, well, some say you can take this screw and you can, you know, tension it that way. That's kind of true. The problem with this is that I'll switch back to the black one now, is that when you tension that, what happens is it becomes really tight. So the tighter you tension these 8 corner shell pieces, the closer all the centers go together, and that kind of slows it down in the centers a little bit. And also it just makes these outside layers touch each other too much. It's too tight and there's too much friction. Now the thing is that if I back off of that and I loosen these 8 shell pieces, what happens is it becomes too loose, and when you're doing algorithms, it just, everything just kind of, it's just loose feeling, and it's like you can't do algorithms really fast. Now I've contacted Champion from 51morefun.com and I asked him, how did you get yours so good? Because let's take a look at Champion's video on these 2 puzzles and you can see how good they are. All right, so here you can see Champion moving them. It's like the algorithms, I think he's doing T and J perms here, a mixture of them both. But you can see that it moves very good. And some of the comments down below are saying, wow, that looks really good. And I have to agree, it looks really good. But my puzzle, I've been adjusting this thing and playing around with it for a long time now, and I just cannot seem to get it that good. So here I've got the Shengshao on the right and the DaYan MF8 on the left, and I want to demonstrate something real quick. If I do the T-perm, you can see that the layers, they're loose. You know, it's sort of locking up on me, whereas on the Shengshao, you know, everything works very well. It's a super, super fast cube. This one here, I've done some averages with it. Honestly, I average like 150, 2 minutes with this, whereas on this one now I'm averaging around 120 to 130. So it's definitely a lot faster. So I'm sorry, I just can't really give a good review on this cube, at least until I get it proper. And I've contacted Champion saying, how did you get your cube like that? But no response because it's the Chinese Lunar New Year, so he's not working. And but I will make an update video on this if I can get it better, because if I can get mine to turn like his, that would be really great. But I honestly just don't see it comparing with the Shengshao. And the Shengshao is like, what, $7, $8? This is, you know, $28. I just don't think it's worth the money. And I hate giving a bad review for products I was given a test, because these 2 cubes alone is like $60 and I got them for free. And like, I feel bad having to give a bad review, but I kind of have to, you know. I'm not going to tell you guys to buy something that's not worth it, in my opinion. No, I wouldn't do that. So anyways, guys, use your own decision. I'm going to come back if I can get this thing good and let you know if I got it good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.